Hey Aquarius, it's Kathleen here to do your March reading from Triple Threat Tarot. I'm going to start off with an archetype card. I've been doing that for the other readings and it's been proving pretty interesting, to be honest with you. I'm actually going to take where I cut the deck. So for you, I get the sword. And on the other side, the threshold. Let's see where we are with that, Aquarius. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Please know that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every Aquarius. Spirit is going to give me the message that most needs to be given to the largest collective of people in the collective, if that makes sense. And if you're looking for something on romance, you might want to check out your Venus sign or your moon sign. If you're looking for something about, your career, your purpose here on the planet, you might want to check out your rising sign as well. All right, I'm going to start with the sword probably, I think. See if I can find it here. I don't use this deck a lot, so it just seems to be, I was called to use it earlier in a reading, and it just seems to be working out really well. So let's see what we've got for you here, Aquarius. The threshold, the door, the gate, the initiation. We cross thresholds continually, consciously and unconsciously. Doorways, gates, and entryways grace our path on a daily basis. When this card arises, it signifies that the precipice you stand upon is not your typical one, however. You have arrived at a threshold of initiation, here to usher you into a new reality. It requires you to leave behind the you that you thought was so well formed. A new frontier calls to you. This is not easy work. The threshold initiation means a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what is next. A metaphorical death must occur. Some may not recognize you. You may struggle to recognize yourself. The ground seems to crumble as you free fall into your new reality. This is the liminal realm. One step, dear friend. Just take that one necessary step towards the future that calls you. Let's get the sword here. Sorry, I wish I could find these faster for you guys. But it is what it is. Yeah. It's annoying to wait. I apologize. Maybe next time when I do this, I will just pull the card and then read it when you get on camera. But I did not do that this time, so. Oh, it's like the last one. Sorry about that. Okay. The sword, the knife, the blade, and the weapon. To use the sword is to decide. The blade separates one reality from another. The choice is made and all else falls away. If you find the sword in your grasp, you can no longer hesitate. This weapon requires a clear and decisive and a willingness to act. An onlooker may think the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift, and accurate. Our first encounter with the sword is at birth, when the cord we share with the mother is cut. The moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming our true self. We must make these cuts again and again if we are to grow. Decisions shape our life, and the sword is an infamous shaper of destiny. So it looks like you're cutting ties with the past. You're on the precipice of walking into a new you, right? And the sword, again, another air sign for you, right? With Aquarius. Interesting. And there's lightning separating the light and the dark. And the same is true with the threshold here. If you look at the darkness and the light, and the darkness and the light, the sun and the moon, the balance here between the dark and the light. Very interesting. So something is coming up here, Aquarius. Well, you'll be shifting into kind of a new reality for yourself. I'm going to start with the Light Seers Tarot. And then I'm going to go to Orion's deck for clarification. And possibly more, depending on what's going on here. Let's get a reading for you, Aquarius. Shuffle these 3 times. And then we'll get started. And 3. Oop. That's not the best shuffle. If you're wondering what my Thunderbird is about here, I found him this weekend. It's actually got the legend of Thunderbird on the back, and it's pretty cool. It's a Northwestern plaque. It's from like a mid-modern century kind of thing, from the 50s or 60s. It's made out of cedar, and I have a connection with this image, so kind of called to me. I was antique storing, and there it was. 10 of Wands. Okay, so you've been carrying a lot of burdens, Aquarius. A lot of burdens here. And 4 of Cups. And apathetic here about receiving offers of love and assistance from the universe. There was a reason to celebrate in the recent past. We've got death in the reverse at the top of the spread. 9 of Swords, sleepless nights. Some concern over money here in the bottom. 4 of Pentacles, holding on to your coins. You have an attitude of not letting go of your resources. You want what's yours. You want to hold on to what you've got. 5 of Swords in the environment. That is winning at all costs. That is the person who fights their battles and will not stop. Will not walk away from a battle. They will continue to fight until they win. The Moon. So something is unknown and hidden from you here. You have an intuition about something that is truly hidden from you, but you can't see it fully yet. And the World. Wow. And Page of Swords at the bottom. Okay. So let's start out here. You've got 10 of Wands here. You've been carrying a lot of burdens. You know, your oxen is heavily strapped down with all this stuff. And you've been on quite a journey with these. Some of them may belong to you, some of these burdens, some of them may not. I get the sense that someone else packed all this stuff on this poor little ox here, and you're just walking him along to where he needs to go. I think a lot of this was never really yours, and that these were probably expectations put on you. And it feels like some of this may be financial burden, because you've got the 4 of Pentacles over here, and you've got the Page of Pentacles at the bottom. So in your subconscious, you've got worrying about an offer of money. Maybe this is clients, maybe this is a job offer, maybe this is, it feels like something that you're waiting for, an offer of money somehow. Yeah. There's a 4 of Cups here as the obstacle to cross with this 10 of Wands. What will alleviate the 10 of Wands is probably receiving, and you're in no mood to receive. You've got what you need, which is yourself, and you're refusing any outside help or offerings of love or support here. But there is a subconscious need to focus on money. And then you've got death in the reverse at the top of the spread in your conscious mind. So this is sticking the course, not evolving, not changing, not rebirthing anything, holding on to what you have. It's kind of like in this spread, I feel like it's kind of like this 4 of Pentacles energy about everything, you know. I am who I am kind of situation here. I'm going to fight the universe on any kind of growth whatsoever. I'm not going to heed the call. I'm not going to listen to the signs. I'm going to struggle to be who I am, right? Who you think you are. 3 of Cups in the past, there was a recent celebration. Very joyful celebration about something. Perhaps this was relational, perhaps it was career-wise. There's definitely something that was celebrated in the recent past. But in the immediate future now, you've gone from the 3 of Cups, right? These 3 people with their 3 cups. 3 times 3, 9 of Swords here. So you've gone from emotional happiness, fulfillment, a reason to celebrate emotionally, to mental anguish, being up at night, messages coming in, maybe nightmares about what's going on in your situation. In your environment, you've got someone who fights to win. The only reason they get involved in the battle is just to win. It's a constant battle. the moon here in your hopes and fears. So you fear the unknown. You don't know what's coming. Absolutely fearing the unknown. You know, there's some emotions here about things you can't control. I feel a lot of attempts here to kind of control things by doing everything yourself, keeping everything to yourself, taking all the burdens on yourself, worrying about holding on to your money yourself, fixing the money situation, and not taking these offers, these emotional offers of relief, right? But I do have the world here as the final outcome. So the world is the karmic cycle kind of moving. The world opens up to you. It's got the Merkaba here, which is actually the logo for Triple Threat, and it's light body breath, right? It's electromagnetic energy. It's manifesting in newness. This is like the spark of life, honestly. But it feels like manifesting a new life here for yourself, which is interesting because here you've got the swords, right? Right? You've got the swords here, like your Five of Swords, the constant battle, the being up all night, the nightmares with the swords. And then you've got the threshold. And these kind of mirror each other here, don't they? So you've got the world and the threshold. You're standing on the precipice of walking into a new space that's filled with light from the dark, right? But right now, you're at this place where, you know, you've got your sword out. The mental anguish swords are coming at you, right? And you're trying to crack through this darkness with your sword. Very interesting. I really like the way that those archetype cards are kind of tying all of this together. It's making a lot of sense. And then at the bottom, you've got the Page of Swords. So there are messages coming in for you. And maybe this message will crack this wide open here and shift you over to this threshold position where you're walking into this new existence, the new you. Okay, you've got the Hangman. You need some time to go within and reflect. You need some spiritual connection here with the divine, right? I'm going to get some clarification here for you. Ooh, Temperance, have some patience. He flipped right out. Emperor, so very my way or the highway, right? When you're really, really rigid, it's hard to let go and rebirth yourself here in this new set of circumstances that you've got. Oh, I apologize. These are new cards and they're kind of slippery, so I'm going to pick these back up. But you've got the Emperor here. You've got some Emperor energy. Now, the Emperor in the upright is a very good card to have, yeah? He is a wise ruler who makes good decisions, who's very strategic in his thought process, his or hers. The Emperor is like a good chess player, right, with their life and the life of those around them when in the reverse, right? When they're doing it to control their own lives, that's a certain amount of control, but if you're doing it to control everybody else on the board, that's a different story, I think. I'm trying to get a little more clarification on this for you. Eight of Wands. Yeah. The Empress in reverse. So it looks like your Empress is in reverse to your Emperor. So the masculine energy is ruling the day here and the feminine energy here. And this is how I'm reading the cards. Obviously, it's an intuitive reading. But the feminine energy is not ready to receive. I feel like you need some more balance between your masculine and feminine energy here. Because the Emperor's got it going on, right? The part of you that's able to strategize and plan and figure out what needs to be done and all of that, the tactics of things is in control here. And this Empress is not willing to receive. She's not ready to receive. The feminine energy needs to catch up here, right? There needs to be a rebirth here of this feminine energy because she's not in the upright here. This is like being shut off, closed down, just like this Four of Cups. Justice. There needs to be some justice here. Whatever needs to be said or done to make things fair and balanced is what needs to be done to balance this energy out between the Emperor and the Empress here. That makes sense to you. This is either you're dealing with a Libra, which is not what I feel here, but I feel you maybe. You can tell me if I'm wrong. But I feel like there needs to be justice between these two, either two sides of yourself or in the partnership that you're in. There needs to be more fairness and balance. Either you need to balance the aspects of yourself here, like on the sword, right? Where we've got night and day, the sword cutting through with the truth. That's the sword of truth with lightning coming down, right? That's the spark of divination here, in order for you to cross on over into your balanced self, which are these two aligning, and justice, the scales of balance here. That's what I'm getting from this. It's also possible, you know, that you're in a relationship where you're the emperor, or the other person's the emperor, and you're the empress, or the other person's the empress, and there's a lack of balance here between the two of you, a lack of reciprocity. There's more control and tactics around the relationship than there is love and support and emotions here, right? That makes sense to you? Nine of Cups. You feel like you've got everything you need, so you don't need another cup. But you know that Four of Cups, not taking that last cup, is what's going to balance out this Empress energy. And Eight of Cups here. Yeah. So I really feel like there needs to be Five of Pentacles, feeling out in the cold. For some reason you're feeling out in the cold. You're feeling left out in the cold, like you're on an iceberg floating alone. Six of Wands, and the Chariot is not moving. Yeah, I think you need to take a time out here, and there needs to be some balance here with your masculine and feminine energies, whether that's you and a partner and your energies being more balanced, or whether that's you internally being more balanced in your energies. Because I feel like the focus on winning at all costs and holding on to money and materials is what's keeping you up at night, you know, not being able to receive here. You have to let people help you. You're seriously burdened here. And this rebirth is to balance you out. Okay? All right, I'm going to get some advice from you, from Spirit here, to finish up this reading, because I want to give you some more advice on how to accomplish that, if that's possible. Let's see if Spirit will give that to us. We're going to go into the Psychic Tarot for that bit. Source Spirit, Angels, Sisters. Please give me some clear, honest advice for Aquarius in regard to balancing out the masculine and feminine energy. We just saw on the reading here, the threshold that they're on, the precipice. Okay. The heart chakra. The waiting game. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Gonna do some work on your heart chakra, Aquarius. That makes sense. Okay. Color is green. Element is air. Keywords, I love. Parallel to the heart, the chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. It is believed to be the link between your mind, body, and soul. Balancing this area may take a while, but you should allow all the time that you need so the healing energy can get through and flow freely. By loving yourself first and others as well as learning forgiveness, you'll become more attuned with Spirit. So you've got to learn how to love yourself first, and sometimes that requires a timeout, some introspection. You did have the Hangman in the deck there that I didn't pull out. That was at the bottom, so I'm just letting you know. And that's about going inside and doing some interior spiritual work. whatever format that's in, wherever you want to do that. You know, sometimes it's good to have someone else in that realm with you working that out, because sometimes we can't always see what our blocks are, whatever you choose to have in your life as that help or assistance. Because right now you're refusing help, you're refusing love, you're refusing offers of support. And I think you need it to get to the root of this issue here, right? Loving self. Let's look at the waiting game. You deserve love, and you deserve to be in a place of receival, and refusing that support, you know, that emotional support. Okay, this card indicates that you've worked hard to set things in motion in certain areas of your life, and you're now waiting for results to come to fruition. The number 2 is about choice and decision. In the past, you may have been afraid of making decisions or choices, but you're no longer held prisoner by this fear or the constraints of old beliefs. Expect the best and be open to the limitless power of your intuition, which is presently very strong. Trust it and use it to assist you. Achievement and success are assured, but once obtained, don't let it change you. So again, you did have the world there at the top of your spread as the final outcome. So success is assured, right? That's what that world card is all about. But don't let it change you. Remember who you are, the effort that it took to get you to this point, and the gratitude that you need to show the people who helped you along the way. Stay on a spiritual path, for it will continue to guide you on the journey of your soul. Okay? So you're waiting, but there is success coming for you. I just think right now that's very important that you focus on self-love and validation, and being in that position of receival, so that you can cross that threshold that the archetype cards talked about, right? And you can know your inner truth here and speak your inner truth. So over to you, Aquarius, to decide what works best for you and whether or not that resonates with you with this message. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe at the end so that other people in the same position can know that they're not alone, and you can share the message. If you'd like to follow me on any other social media, I'm over on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. On Instagram, I do some other things. I do some really fun, like, musical cards. I do contests. I have a contest going on right now for St. Patty's Day. You just comment below on that post and let me know why you feel lucky, and you might win a free reading. I also have a contest going for a spiritual box giveaway that includes a sage bundle, some Palo Santo, some jewelry that I actually made with some crystals, and a book on chakra healing, which might be helpful to you with this being your reading. So follow me on over there if you like. Otherwise, just like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later in the middle of the month, Aquarius. Good luck with this, and remember, receive with an open heart, love yourself, and know that you deserve to be offered the support that's coming your way, okay? All right, love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.